Welcome back to AI War Fleet Command, everybody. Light of the Spire campaign. Difficulty 8, and of course, this is the Fallen Spire. We are working our way towards getting our 4th city hub, which will unquestionably engender a massive attack. But first things first, we got to get the shard. So we're here in Radislava, and you can see the size of our starship fleet now. We've got 3 cruisers, 7 destroyers, 28 frigates. And it'd actually be 32 frigates if we hadn't lost the refugee outpost. So we're doing quite well, and we're waiting for this survey just about to wrap up and reveal the location of the shard. And there it is, transmission from our survey team. Commander, we've got the thrusters on that shard. There's something else attached to this one. Here comes the AI requesting permission out of here. Garbled by interference. Yeah, I bet. Okay, so... Alright, there it is. And I don't see anything new about it. Speed is 48. So some of our slower ships are going to have a hard time keeping up with it. I'm actually going to want to stay slightly ahead of this thing. Let's put everything in one nice big group and get ready to go. Now you, of course, are going to do the usual. Back to Elpis. 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps away. And I think we can probably get out of here and then use the hives in the next system, or the wasps, rather. Let's move right over here, between the shard and the wormhole. And of course, there you can see we've only got 5 of them, but it's our blade spawners going to work. And they tried to make a beeline there, a couple laser guardians. We eliminated that threat. You can see that they came sooner this time and with heavier force. Okay, let's stay over here. And yeah, it's about to make the jump. We're going to want to head to Karen. So let's just head partway across the system. We may not need it, but I'm going to release the wasps. Yep, and there's our shard. Wasps doing their thing. You know what, I think I want to get ahead of it with anything that can get there, and then have the rest of them just try to catch up. Oh, there's not much here. Okay, he said. Now there's a little bit more. Oh, we got to keep moving. I'm going to get too far behind this if I don't keep moving. Okay, almost there. Let's make the jump. Then we're going to want to make sure we get going to Frizenzen. Just park ourselves in the middle of this. Of course, we got all of the lovely turrets in here. Look at all that blowing up. All the golems at 95% or better, so I'm happy with that. Shard. %62%. That's not super great. Where is that at? Did it leave already? Yes, it did. Okay, so I misplaced it again. Everybody, get going. And it's gonna die. I think. Oh, it just made it through. Okay, that was pure dumb luck at 2%. I should have had to redo that. We're going to take it while we've got it, though. We're just going to place that colony ship. It's having a hard time. Yeah, just place it down there. And let's see what our new shard has. Of course, going to want to move everybody back to Elpis. Make sure get everybody from both systems back in here. I'm not too terribly worried about fighting this off. Okay. Davidson is back. Congratulations on recovering a 4th city shard. It appears intact and ready to use whenever we are ready. Our team found a storage capsule planted near the shard. The capsule contained a message. The author identified himself as Dr. Richard Langstrom. The plot thickens. Having read the contents, I believe it to be authentic. There were several pieces. I have included the one addressed to the late General Arcroft, since I assume it was intended for the leader of our remnant, Joshua. Apologies for not reporting in person, but it looks like I may be in Galaxy NGC 224 for quite a while. As you are undoubtedly painfully aware, I was unable to secure the prototype core control units. My intel on affairs in the Milky Way is very limited, but from what I can tell, I am sorry. Much clearer to me is your contact with the various Spire artifacts, since we are able to track their subspace signatures. I am also aware of the refugees you saved. Given the Spire's sense of modesty, for lack of a better word, you are probably unaware that you have rescued Exeron the Seventh, sovereign of the Imperial Spire. During the AI assault on the Spire homeworld, the Emperor's flagship and a good part of his fleet were caught in a massive subspace rift, triggered by the destruction of their main exogalactic transit gate. Evidently he wound up in our galaxy, and not much of the fleet was left. I have enclosed a message for him as well. Please deliver it, along with my assurance that we did not allow the homeworld to fall. From my limited information, I can only conclude that Earth did not fare as well. So the Spire homeworld is still around somewhere in another galaxy. Thankfully, while we cannot send large objects or living beings, our limited exogalactic transit devices allowed us to send this capsule to one of the stronger subspace signals, and hope that you would recover it at some point. From the subspace signatures, I gather that the Spire have managed to construct several cities and a small fleet. Further, the AI is responding with enthusiasm. Our own position in NGC 224 is not good, but with the remainder of the Imperial fleets we are holding the homeworld and surrounding systems. With the AI committing ever more forces to the Milky Way, we hope to be able to launch an offensive on its production facilities. If we attempt such an operation and fail, however, the fate of both galaxies is sealed, so we are seeking other options. Currently, I am aware of 2 other possible paths to victory. You may be able to construct a sufficiently strong fleet to destroy the AI's core command facilities in that galaxy. Should you succeed, we would probably be able to defeat the AI here while it was still reeling. So that's like the standard take out the homeworld deal. 2, if we can contact the outlying Spire fleets in neighboring galaxies and somehow restore the Spire exogalactic transit network, we may be able to launch a decisive attack. But this would require a truly immense amount of power, among other things. I do not know if it is even possible at this stage. The Emperor would know. Ask him. Finally, if Dorothy... Please deliver the included message for her. May this find you well, Richard. So, yeah, Richard Langstrom is in another galaxy. The Spire leader that we've run into is known as Exeron the Seventh, and he's their emperor of all the Spire forces. And this whole contacting the outlying Spire fleets in neighboring galaxies, restoring the transit network. I'm assuming that's the purpose for which we're building the capital. Like, that's part of what comes with that. Oh my. Okay, so now we want to rebuild, max out our fleet before we trigger everything by building a 4th city hub. Gotta fight off the rest of this. Another Spire wave incoming. Let's just bring everything back here as it comes in. And all of our golems are fine. So I think fighting off the rest of this is not going to be an issue, but defeating the Spire wave when we build up a new city, that could be another course entirely. So as it turns out, part of the AI's chasing force went into Ceres, knocked out that command station. Wasn't a big deal because we were able to get it back up, but then we had a cross-planet attack hit, so I didn't have the ability to get the colony ship safely to Camilla, especially since I've got to go through hostile territory there, and these are immune to transport. So I just have to drive them there the old-fashioned way, which definitely means I'll need an escort. Decided to just wait for the CPA. Got to absorb this, and then we can move on. And of course, we're going to get synchronizing. Now, we're just talking about Mark II ships, but there's 2,000 of them. And then we're going to get 2 normal waves and the 1 Exo Strike Force. There was a Spire Strike Force that just hit. So all in all, this should be actually not any worse, if as bad, compared to the previous time we dealt with synchronizing. Now, all in all, this was not bad, but not that many big ships coming. But they did have some of these teleporting ships that were kind of annoying. And see, the early on attacks were here in Minerva. There's some other places. Not a whole lot. And I was just sort of waiting, having this clear out, and waiting to see where the hammer was going to fall. Of course, our main force is back in Elpis. And we're rebuilding some of the smaller Spire ships. Some of the frigates and even a couple destroyers were lost. And here they come into Camilla. This is where a lot of it's coming anyway. And I would expect that we'll eventually be able to clear this up in here. I don't think it's going to take too horribly long. They had a similar force that came in here once before, and we had no issues with it. Just continuing to watch elsewhere. Not a whole lot going on. Gradually the carrier is deploying more. Oh, let's get you back in here. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to break through it all. And then after everything was cleared out, it was time to get the colony ship in place. Here it is in Camilla. Now, I didn't do anything subtle. I just plowed through the main pathway here with my main force to make sure, and it took a little bit of damage, but it could get all the way through, took out a bit of threat. There's a decently high enough amount, but I'm not concerned about it in this game. If this wasn't... If I didn't have the Spire firepower, I might be more concerned. All of the Spire ships have been rebuilt. They're up in Elpis. We've got a max group here, and I've also brought in a good old friend, Botnet. They're probably, I don't know if they're going to attack here. They're probably going to attack the existing Spire cities, I think. But I wanted to be ready, and then I can send more ships down here, but I wanted to be prepared. We've got the Mark I heavy beam cannons all deployed because the higher Mark Is are all back in Elpis. We've got our big mass of ships ready there, and I think we're as prepared as we can be. Let's get this thing built and see what happens. Just going to build it just off to the side per usual. Ah, 51 massive ships. That actually isn't much higher than last time, but there's probably more hunter-killers in that group. Alright, let's take a look at what we've got here. Are any of them nearby Camilla? Not that I can tell. Yep, here they come. They're gonna work their way into Cato Nemoidia. They're thinking about this, but then they're like, nah, we will go in here. Let's see. Okay, various places, but all around this area. Yeah, and they're going to come into Elpis. Okay. And we're definitely getting a slowdown here. Hold up. And then I went ahead and unreleased the wasps as it was, because why not? And this is just going to be choppy with this much stuff going on. Not really anything I can do about that. I did turn the profile down a little bit more. But it's going to be choppy. There's too much chaos. Just going to wait and see what we get here. So where are we attacking now? Yeah, nothing in Camilla. And why are we... Yeah, let's just keep everybody back here. I think we're doing fine. They've got... Yeah, they had a regen golem. Okay, and our fourth city is constructed. They've got a lot of strength in anti-cheese and Eugenia. Let's take a look at those. Yeah, okay, there's quite a bit in here. Looks like it's going to head towards Elpis. Yeah, okay, they're going after this city hub. They've got a bunch of translocators that we're going to be able to fight them off here. Let's just take a look at this fight for a bit. Bunch of starships here. Okay, looks like they're going to get rid of a hab center. And they did. We can rebuild that. As long as they don't take down the hub. And the hub is fine. Oh my, our shield is down. Looks like our ion cannon's going to be in trouble. How much do they have left? Bunch of plasma sieges. Oh yeah. Oh, siege towers. So I was definitely wrong about this. Let's get some help in here. Yep, and our main facility is dead. And they're going to go after the factory, which is a nice little diversion. I don't care about the factory. Thisbe was destroyed as well. Let's take a look at that. They must have used infiltrators or something here. Okay. I think this will be fine. I want to focus on anti-cheese. They got the factory, and now they're coming back for something. But on the other hand, here comes the cavalry. There we go. And then we'll get the command stations rebuilt, and we should be fine. The hub is okay. I mean, we took some significant damage. I probably want to be spreading out my fleet a little bit more. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what our new journal says. X are on the 7th now. as we know his proper name. Lumen, child of Tellus. Victory goes closer. Or the possibility of victory grows closer. Yes, it is true. I am the Emperor, but no deception. Or we did not intend it thus. What was I to say? I would call him Prince of Machines, but that is not right. But he is bold. 2 paths he lays before us. I would only have thought of the first. The other, it is bold. The old central node took ages to build. But it is not impossible. I still possess the key, but we lack the power. No shard we could build would be enough, not even back home. Yet, there is already one. It would suffice. The core from my own vessel. But it was lost when we came here. Perhaps we can find it, but not yet. For now, we must build once more. Once this city has grown, we seek again. Okay, we need the core from the Emperor's ship to build the node to reconnect the various Spire territories from multiple galaxies. The scope of this is just ridiculous. But that will have to wait. We got to do cleanup. We've got to build the city in Camilla, expand it. All of that fun stuff. And of course expand our Spire ships as well. Okay, we've absorbed another Fallen Spire wave, which at this point, these are big enough to need the support of the fleet. Lots of ships, fair amount of Spirecraft coming with these, and their long-range siege towers will knock out the command station if we don't defend. So we absorbed one of those, another one is coming, and our survey is about to finish, so we'll find out where that 5th shard is going to be. In order to make that happen, though, I had to actually take down half of the city in anti-cheese, half of the buildings, and we're now rebuilding them because it was the only way that I could get to build the habitation center here. And we need to have all of the cities with hab centers in order to fulfill the requirements to start the next survey. So that's going back up. We're going to make sure that we have all of the ships built before we do anything else. There's still going to be a lot of other things that have to happen anyway. But I'm just waiting for this survey to finish. Oh, let's see, make sure we're okay in here. Cato Nemoida. Let's back you up. Let's see where that's going. Okay, it's just going to head on into Elpis, which is not the best scenario. Let's just make sure we hide everything, that we're not out here tempting it to attack us. Now, of course, we did take Palace, which is what allowed us to get Camilla up to full strength. They're working on being up to full strength anyway. So we're all set up in here. Nothing too exciting there. Let's check out this journal. Langstrom is back. Commander, our Spire allies have located a 5th city shard on Viking. According to their plans, once we construct a 5th city, they will be able to escalate operations to a new level. Undoubtedly, the AI will try to stop us. For sure. Thank you for delivering Richard's message. I did not expect to hear from him again. I did not even know that he was actually on a mission. I had been told that he simply disappeared. The AI's attacks are ever increasing and is likely the same as happening in GC 224. When we are ready, we should move. Well, she seems to be in good spirits, having recovered from the shock of all this news. Okay, so Viking. It's not far away from our territory. It's right here. That would be 1, 2, and again, they're all 4 jumps away. Knocking out, this is a Mark II planet, knocking out the defenses in there, getting to the shard shouldn't be a big deal. And then we can add extra turrets along the path. This should be a pretty easy retrieval. The retrieval is not going to be the issue. It's all the other things that we're going to need to do to prepare, because we're going to need to get ready for building the 5th city. Sure, we're going to get a really big wave after that. Then we're going to build the capital once we get the 5th city up, and that will undoubtedly mean we're going to have an even bigger attack. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. So I want to be fully prepared for that. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm going to do, some of it off screen, in order to get ready. But that'll be coming up next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're approaching what I think is going to be the climax, or at least more of a climax than we've seen so far. Been gradually building up to the capital. And that'll be exciting.